Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Um, I guess first I want to start by just doing a mic check. Everybody can hear me out there? Yeah, because usually me and Dust do that before we start, but Dust he may not be showing up today, so therefore we're gonna run the show today. We got some stuff that we gotta talk about that usually doesn't get discussed, but I think Tack may open up that floor tonight. Let me start off by saying we got Shannon Ewan and Jason. I know you floating in there. How you doing? Mr. Bullshit and Big Easy. What's going on? Tech Money in the house. Calvin Carbine. Salute. Yo, C-Man, the man in the plan. What's going on, C-Man? Yeah, man. Yes, indeed. So, um, Tack, what's going on, Joe Bob? Tack's going to start off, just with some current events, with some 2A things that I've seen that's we've got a lot going on in the 2A community. I think on the law side, if everybody knows what I mean. Going on integrity that I had this weekend, I had a friend come to me, and that friend, he tells me, he says, man, look, I'm in a bind, and like, when you get that person, I'm gonna keep him nameless, but you can really tell if a friend of yours is really in need of something and he's hurt. So, what I mean? You spend that time to take the time, talk to him, see what's going on. So, to make a long story short, he says, well, look, I need you to get my guns ASAP. So, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, dude, like, first I'm thinking, like, what, you didn't kill somebody? I'm like, I don't want to take over guns for nobody if you've done a crime, you know what I mean? But no crime was committed. But what had happened is that in the state of Virginia, um, I guess that if you are behind about 4 to 5 grand in child support, then not only do they, they suspend your driver's license, of course, and then they, suspend your concealed carry. But at that time, it becomes a felony. So somehow they managed to get it in court. They sent it to the wrong address. He doesn't know, so he can show up to court to fight it. And then all of a sudden, he gets picked up. Boom. They charge him with the felony. So in that mean count, ATF steps in. They take, what guns that they have of his. Then he wants to. So I guess what he did was he put some at his FFL along with some paperwork, and he's sending them to West Virginia. So that right there was just enough within itself to say to me, like, look, man, that's kind of overreach. You know what I mean? I mean, to me, that's like a total overreach of just government power that should not be allowed, man. That shit was crazy. I mean, I just was like, dude, what you do? You kill somebody or what? But um, yeah, yep, that is right, Prepper. I mean, basically, he said his that what had happened was that at his residence, that his they showed up to his house with not only just the ATF, but I guess social services showed up as well. So with their head, and they had the little warrant, which amazes me how fast that they got everything up. And even when he had agreed to pay everything up, it's like they're like, well, you got to wait until trial. So right now he's fighting a hard fight, and he's got a lot of nice guns that I hope he got the good ones that are valued and it didn't fall in the hands of them because I'm not sure if he's going to get them back. So, but let's finish going through the line here. We got Damian Christ, Damian Christian, my bad. Um, hey, Rodney Brady in the house too. Philly Slow, what's good, man? And everybody else up there in the chat, Joe Va. But yeah, it's like, so how's everybody doing out there, man? Like, what y'all do this weekend? I know I've been pretty busy on something. Angry Sarge. Yeah, exactly, man. They don't. And like, that's one area there that where I tell people that it's another one of those, tyrannical governments that organization just has too much power. You know what I mean? But now that's why that I feel the story was very important because a lot of people don't know that they're starting to work together to take things that men love to do, and it's like, well, how else? What else would you get at him besides taking his license, or you take his concealed carry away? I mess with his guns a little bit, and so that's something there that I think everybody has to be aware of. It's just not the ATF going after, man. It's everybody under the sun, man. They all work together, man. So yeah, man. Then I think on top of that, who else heard about the news with I think I was listening today. I think I was listening to about uh what like Biden had to say. Hunter. So I'm like, all of a sudden I hear, the left wing media using words like the Brewer case and stuff, and they're bringing up all these 2A cases now to try to cover him. I'm like, all right, well, here's the thing. Your dad's on TV talking about gun control today, and then therefore his son just got convicted. I'm like, dude, it doesn't match up. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, that is true, Joe. I mean, and it happened quick. And I mean, like, how many people out there feel, I mean, like, well, it's kind of vague that someone would, that if, let's say if you're smoking marijuana and, on the form it asks you, hey, have you been doing or smoking marijuana? I'm like, here's the thing. A lot of people will check that form knowing, they may not come in there, visibly, high or whatever, but they're not going to say if they've done drugs within the past, week or so or whatever. You know what I mean? So I mean, to me, it is what it is. It's just that he, that's something there that where he should have kept his private life a little better. You think he'll get the part in Philly? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. His dad said that he wasn't going to pardon him, but you know how that is, man. I think he's lying about that. He gonna be like, nah, son, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this last one. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Yo, CDL, what's good, man? Hey, what's going on, Tactical Tina? Silverback Tactical. Yeah, that is exactly it, man. They don't leak books, you know what I mean? And that's like the whole thing. You don't put your criminal history, in writing, because then when it comes back, like, damn, I shouldn't have wrote that shit. I mean, like I said, things could change with him, man. I don't know. I mean, I was actually more intrigued by Saquon Barkley's dad. He did something that was a no-no, man. Riding around New York City, of all places, with a loaded firearm in the car and got caught. It's a shame. I'm like, dude, your son don't even play in New York no more, man. If you was rolling around in Pennsylvania or Philly, you would have been all right. New York of all places. Yes, you know what's funny about that coke, man? I think that coke that they found in the White House, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, I ain't gonna put that on him or nothing, but y'all know what I mean. I think that was his anyways, man. Cover up. Yeah, man. And for then, otherwise than that, shoot, I think everything else has been going good. I know I didn't get to do any shooting this weekend. Like, you ever have those kind of it's like you ever had those kind of times that when you out running and you playing with your kids and all, and then all of a sudden you like, damn, I feel old. That's what happened to me. See, I was out playing soccer with my son, and So I was running around with him, running fast. I was showing off, running down the field. Man, when I got home, my back was hurt 2 days. I said, "Boy, that's when you know you're getting old, man. You know you're getting old, and you realize you're not the athlete you used to be at all. Just an old man that should be out at home, staying away from smoke." Going on, dude? Knowledge? Yeah, man. It's the Coleon de New York clone, man. Yeah, boy. I see. What's that? Yeah, man. Yeah, it has not been the same, man. That's like one place that you would not see me riding through with any kind of gun in the doggone car. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's locked up or what. Telling you, man. That's it. But also, y'all also make sure that you have been stopping by Pew Portal. Like I said, we can't stress to you guys big enough how Pew Portal is. Like I said, I've seen some good things for sale this past weekend. I see more movement on there, a lot of movement. So that's good. Like I said, we're thankful for everybody that joins and just spread the word, man. Get the word out. It's a good place for you to go and start. You know what I mean? You can go through your closet. Like I got a junk closet back there full of shit. I'll probably go in there and be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and just dump this stuff on. Let's see like who wants it. You know what I mean? And sometimes some people just maybe trying to get rid of good shit. Like, you know what I mean? Get it at a good price. Yes, what did you pick up? G-Force Glock Gen 3 clones. G-Force Glock Gen 3 clones. 249. That's not a bad deal, man, for like, you know what I mean, for just a fun, range toy. You know what I mean? I mean, the price ain't bad. Depends on what you're looking for out of it. You know what I mean? Depends on what you're looking for. Yeah, I agree with you, Tech Money, man. There's a couple things I was like, man, I may have to squeeze out some money to get by. You know what I mean? I was like, I think I'm gonna be posting a couple things up there soon. So you saw the Walter on there? Man, the Walter is all right, man. You know what I mean? As long as it wasn't beat down, you know what I mean? Before then, and you'll get a good deal as long as it's brand new. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, yep. There is a member option that's there. If you go underneath the account, like you'll see the member options. For then that'll allow you to like been on the blog, be able to post stuff, and I mean, because you'll still be able to see things, like what I mean, like on the marketplace, you just won't be able to, go in and make the purchases without the membership. But yeah, that's why we tell everybody, man, encourage you, man, to sign up and like just keep it going. 'Cause you never know when you're on there, like you may need to haul off something quickly. Or as my boy would say, he was getting ready to loaded off on Pewport. He said he just didn't get a chance to. So I get him on that. He's got some really good shit. So I'm kind of looking forward to what's going to be at that FFL. He was also generous to leave me the money. I think he left me about what 350 for FFL fees. So I'm like, hey, that's a good buddy there, man. Salute to him. I hope he gets him back. But all I can say is that somebody hands me firearms, man, and you say, hey, you go sign them over. I don't know if you get them back, depending on what they are. Some of them I may fall in love with. I get them out to the turkeys. They may fall in love with them. You know what I mean? End up keeping them. So they got the Glock 19 size in that. Shoot, must be pretty decent. Like, does anybody know what slide that they're rocking? Yeah, boy, got you see who else we had? Cause we had a lot of people that came in here while I was gone. But like the one thing I think about Glock, man, is that Glock they never change up anything. You know what I mean, like they kind of went with what works and what's safe. You know what I mean? And like speaking of Glock, what happened to that AR-15 they were supposed to be in the marketplace for? Has anybody seen any like ready information on that? It's been like a whole year since they announced it, and we haven't seen anything on it yet. I'm like, damn, how long it take y'all to build an AR-15? That shouldn't be that hard. I'm like, yeah, GHM9, man. I mean, I'm like, what I'm surprised about with Pew Portal is that, how many people are willing to, to like sell decent stuff. But, like I said, if you look at it, it's better that you set your price than you go to a pawn shop or you go to a gun shop where they're gonna just fucking rip you off. You know what I mean? They're gonna just be like, hey man, I can't afford to give you, this, and they know they can. They're just like, no, we don't want to give it to you. You know what I mean? So offload it yourself, man. You know what I mean? Sell your own gun, set your own price. Yeah, if somebody likes it, they'll pick it up. In some cases, you may even get one brand new from one of the FFLs. Yes, me personally, I mean, like, so it's some strange reason for two handguns that I love to shoot that are in that kind of, duty pistol carry range is like, my Glock 19X and my FN 509. I was like, I enjoy both of them pretty much. I carry them pretty much every day when I roll out, and I'm confident in those guns. But I mean, but the thing is that by like Glock, when if they come up to the times of everybody else, then they'd be changing what they stood for, though. You know what I mean? And it's like there's no telling if everyone would take to those changes because I think people use Glocks because they're simple, they're reliable, and they just run. You know what I mean? So it's like then I think that where they're kind of like Honda Civics on one end, that where if you get one that's bone stock, then you can do whatever that you want to it, which is also good as well. So that is definitely not a bad thing. I'm gonna drop the link too, just in case if anybody else wants to join up, man. That's fine. I'm all good with it for tonight. Let me see. And then also has anybody seen any good deals on 300 blackout lately? I mean, like in bulk that where you get, I ain't talking about like 100 rounds for like, like 100, like $70. More like 300-400 rounds for like maybe 250, 300. I don't know. I've been kind of looking for those. I see them with, 223, but I don't see them with any 300 blackout. So if y'all like see that, just DM me or something. You know what I mean? Let me know where it's at. So your boy Tack can pick up some. That's for sure. That is for sure, man. We yep, Minute Munitions. I've heard about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check them out, see what's going on, man. Cause yep, 2A, that 2A warehouse, that they provide you with like a ammo can, I think. Like I think they make I don't know, I think they produce their own ammo. I'm not too sure, but if they do produce it, yeah, I may swing by there and pick some of that up because I know I've been curious about them, but I've never ordered from them. So I'm just like, I don't know how their ammo is. But if it's just range ammo, it doesn't matter. Let's see what else we got here. 2A ammo. What else we got here? Looking for a couple more other things. Look for this thing here. Yeah, so for them also, if everybody has not, think we have. Wait a minute. Today is the 11th. Yeah, there's like what 13 more days until the. We got a couple events coming up. I think soon, like this month as well. Also, I think think Guns Out TV's having their event too. I think coming up in July, I believe, out at that nice fancy Ashburn range. So XCal. So that's something that's going to be coming up. Some good content to be coming out of there as well. Let me see. Trying to check for this article. I just saw something on PewPorter that I wanted to bring up. But anyways, we'll get back to the live. Yeah, but yeah, if what is it that everybody would actually like to see from the turkeys in the up and coming months? Like, what do you guys want to see from us that we bring that may be a little different? You know what I mean? Like something that you guys may want to see, or something that you guys may want us to, you know what I mean, put out there for you. Whether it could be on, Pew Portal, or it could be just anything. Yes, Watchdog Tactical and the Chopper Day events are coming. Also, the Gun Camp events coming too. That's on its way as well. It's actually in about, I think, a couple weeks. Yeah, the Watchdog Tactical. Everybody usually shows up for that one too. And then, like, always check out like your your gun shows as well, man. Gun shows, they're always key to. Sometimes, I mean, rarely when I go to a gun show do I see anything that I normally be like, I gotta get that, unless if it's like magazines for dirt, right, like dirt prices. But gun wise, I mean, I haven't. I mean, at least when gun shows around the DMV area, I don't usually see anything there that catches my eye. I'm like, oh, I gotta get that. Like, no, it doesn't happen. Well, yeah, yeah, Rip Curl. That's the thing. Like Glock's supposed to come out with that with that rifle platform. We just ain't seen it. I mean, I could be wrong about that. Maybe they have updated, but I know it would have been breaking news. You know what I mean? If they would have like put some more info out. That's gonna be a good question, because I know that, because see what we do a lot of times is we won't have like our own events yet, but I mean, I think that's something down the line that we're gearing up for. That which that may be more likely, if I wanted to take a stab at it, would probably be 2025. But we collab in with, like, not only that, but we collab in with Maryland Arsenal, Surplus Army, also Gun Camp as well. So I'm like, there's like always a big group of everybody that's usually involved in a lot of these events. Us turkeys, we just go with whatever comes to us. We're like, all right, good, okay, yeah, this is the plan. All right, we're gonna roll with that, and then we take it from there. Yes, yes, do knowledge, man. Yes, more sharing. Yes, more knowledge sharing is good, and we know that due knowledge always has the actual, knowledge with everything. I think that a lot of times, like I said, we're all open for questions about things, because each of us do, you know, specialize in different areas as well. So it's like, yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, man, just DM us. I mean, like I said, hit us up on Instagram. I said, like, we'll always get back to you. Um, and I think, but also the knowledge sharing along with the chat has been great too as well, man. You guys are rock. Honestly, you guys rock. Man. You guys are awesome. It's like if someone in the chat needs helping hand, there's people that reach out to you. You know what I mean? Like they want to know exactly what you're doing. Like what you're trying to. If you're gonna make a bad purchase, then like people won't hesitate to tell you. Neither hell, we won't hesitate to tell you if you're gonna make a bad purchase when it comes to something. I mean, that's like what the community does, and like it doesn't even have to be really with guns. It could be any of your mechanical needs. You know what I mean? It could be cars, computers, optics, anything. You know what I mean? Up there you go, Byron, and instructor. They got some summer class rolling around. I mean, and like summer shooting events are good. I mean, me, I don't mind them as long as it's not like 95 degrees, like 90 degrees and above, and just that East Coast humidity hotness, man. That what I mean, like that, like you got to have some cooling stations around. Oh, you found a riser with I finally got one. Yeah, what's been going on with those Unity risers, man? I mean, like they were over like $200, but I mean, like 160 kind of fair. I mean, even though most feel like, oh, I'm not paying 160 for no fucking riser, but I mean, that's not bad. Most time they like $200, man. Ain't been cheap. That right there is a deal, man. Deal and a half. Yeah, man. People has a lot of places you can share lots of topics, man. You know what I mean? I mean, and that's what we want to bring to this community. I mean, like, I mean, it's like people sometimes people just need a place where they can go vent or what I mean, something's on their mind, they can let it off. Or like, if they're looking for advice on something. I mean, that's just what people like blogs, but they like blogs where they know that the people that are, running the actual blog, is in their best interest as well. So and that's what we try to do. So that summer instructor, that's all gonna be around the ATL area? Nice. So therefore, if any of y'all are down south, you know what I mean, you'll be able to catch a couple events. That's that's interesting. I mean, for me, Shadow Systems is an interesting company to me. Um, I like how they have their ideas about things. I mean, again, I shot a couple of their pistols a couple of years ago, but I like how they're kind of stepping outside of that handgun round. But then, like once when you start tapping into the CACs, the LNTs, and yeah, I mean like some of the bigger AR manufacturers, it's like it's kind of hard for people to take you seriously right away unless if you've been doing it for a while. I mean, at least in my opinion, I'm like that. Those people could shoot them, like, okay, this is good, but it's not a CAC, it's not an LMT, but it's not supposed to be though. You know what I mean? I mean, I think that that's one thing we have to stop looking at is the stereotypes when it comes to rifles or any kind of gun. It's like to be like, okay, well, this is good, but it doesn't shoot like CAC or LMT. I'm like, well, it's not supposed. It's Shadow Systems, their version. But I have to do some looking up. Oh, not Shadow Systems, eval. I mean, eval weapon systems. I call them Shadow Systems for some HPs in my bad, man. But yeah, I have to look into it. Like I've seen those, but like I haven't, really gotten my hands on or like researched them. But that's gonna be on my list to see exactly what they're about as a company. He said they got the clone Unity riser. Hey man, even the clones got a doggone make money, man. That's the thing. I mean, like everybody's out to get money. I'm like, if you gotta make a riser, you know what I mean? You'll find that person that's got that airsoft gun or whatever, they're like, yeah, I need a riser, you know what I mean? $42 is good for them. I'm like, but don't count on that thing not to fail, you know what I mean? But also, I mean, not just Unity risers, but Geisley, they make a good riser. If you have in fact their risers and stuff, they spend a little bit more, I think, money on that this year. And that for their for red dots, their scope rings, and they got a bunch of other new stuff that I haven't quite looked at in a while, but I've just kind of glanced over them. But yeah, I do own one of the Geisley risers, and they're built solid, man. I mean, you take your little wrench, you tighten it down, and like your optic just holds zero, man. It stays very, very good in that kind of way. But also I've been looking at a couple of things as far as for with the long range as well. As we know, Maryland Arsenal had their long range event, which I could have made it. I was supposed to make it Sunday, but my back was fucking killing me. I couldn't even get out of bed. But yeah, it looked like that they had a lot of fun. And I mean, that's the thing. For me, I admit I haven't worked with that much long range in probably like 9 years. I mean, I think the last time I worked with long range, I think I was either I don't even remember. I'm like, but I know I used to be out a lot when I was around a bunch of Marines, but that was about it. Otherwise, than that, I go once in a while. So I'm gonna try to get myself out there as soon as I figure out which one that I want to get. So next time that they go out there, I'm gonna shoot everybody's long range, see what I can do. Good replace, if possible, and lack. Yep, tied down, but they are the same. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean that's like the thing. I mean, you find out pretty much what like works for you. You know what I mean? I mean, I think that like we always say, when you get into metals and stuff like that, the metals are, the amount of steel that they're putting into it, and if it's resistant to heat and all the elements is like one thing. Oh man, he said man that that right there is interesting. Traveling the road pen, man. Those road pens be a pain in the ass, man. I mean, they're a pain, but nothing's worse than SIGs, man. SIGs on their MPXs, MCXs, them shit suck. They fucking suck. And they're small. What's going on, Red Dawn Readiness, man? Yeah, man. I mean, like, there's just at times that when I just be like, with certain products, I just stay away from. I mean, like we've all been there where we've had like those products where you get them, you're like, damn man, I miss to try this out. I don't mind trying out products, but only if I didn't spend $300-400 for them. I'm like, damn man, I spent this much. I'm not happy with this shit. And by that time, you better hope that you still got that 15 to 30-day window to take it back. Because if you don't, shoot, man, no one else may not want your shit either if it's like that at that kind of price range. So you have to be very careful with that. Very, very careful. I think this yeah, I mean, the turkey manufacturers, believe it or not, um, the turkey manufacturers do quite well, man. In making the clones, like you look at some of the like Benelli clones that they make. I mean, some of them pretty decent. I mean, because it all depends. Like for a shotgun, I've shot high end shotguns and I've shot low end shotguns. I'm like, you can tell the difference depending on what kind of, depending on what you're trying to do. But in the case of a clone, instead of me paying like let's say 15, 1600 for like a Benelli, if I see a turkey, a Turkish product that's a copy of one, and if it's legit, then like what I mean, I'd spend the less because remember, a shotgun's gonna you may shoot it once or twice, but let's be honest, let somebody come in your house and you're not gonna really be firing that thing off like you do everything else. So I'd probably say value over anything. I mean, so I'm all for it. I mean, I don't buy. I don't buy mechanics, but like I said, anything else Turkish, I may look at it. You know what I mean? I won't throw the nose up on it. Yep, that's right. After we are on, yes, that's right. Yes, he will be on the Dark Show tonight. You guys got to catch Red Dawn Readiness, man, because Red Dawn, man, he be talking some shit, man. I'm telling you, and getting those two together on the panel, oh gosh, man. I'm like, I know I'm going to tune in, that's for sure. Cause I'm like, that should be interesting. Getting Dark and Red Dawn on the same, man, that's trouble. But just try not to get kicked off tonight, guys. All right. I mean, I know how y'all both get down. They're gonna strike both of y'all and shit. It's craziness. Craziness, man. But yeah, that's like the thing. If somebody was to ask me about imported guns, I mean pretty much I think that it's good for the gun community. But then everybody gets a chance to actually experience different manufacturers that you may not experience in the US. But like for example, I'd say that, but there's so many of them that that get imported hundreds. I mean, every 6 months, hundreds and hundreds of them. That it's hard to keep up with what's coming in, and that's the thing. Some of it's police surplus or whatever, or just junk that's coming over. But I mean, it's kind of the same way with all the AK stuff that's available. I mean, me, like I said, I look at if I'm gonna put together parts, I'm like, they're out there and available. Versus maybe 4 years ago, that was not the case. So yeah, what do you say? Do you need the TTI Canic in your life? Yeah, yeah, that price tag. I know I don't need. I'm like, but I'm not doubting it. I mean, it probably shoots well. It probably serves its purpose for most people, but for me, just not the preference. Yes, Red Dawn is, man, and he's also funny as anything, man. I'm like, yeah, Red Dawn, he's good for the source. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, that's pretty much how the whole community's been, man. I mean, I think everyone that needs to reach, yeah, what's going on, Roadblock? I think that everyone in the community, especially in this chat, you guys all help each other out. You know what I mean? Like, you don't leave anybody just sitting there like, hey, man, I got a question for you. It's like, oh, I ain't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, so that's a good thing that there's no egos. You know what I mean? Everybody just kind of helps out everybody. I mean, the same thing with the turkey game. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we have customs amongst ourselves with things. You know what I mean? We all help each other out and everything like that, too, as well. I'm like, yeah, that's a good thing. But yeah, I remember the one thing that I think that everyone has to remember, especially during these times, is that in the United States of America, things are getting tricky, man. I mean, it's like, and we really got to pay attention to what laws and what's going on at the state levels because things are changing rapidly. And it's like a lot of times we're left in the dark until we're like, yo, what's going on with this? You know what I mean? Like, when did this come up? And that's something there that I think we all got to kind of keep mindful and keep aware because I mean, like I said, tell you the truth, man. At the end of the day, and this is just facts, that where if things change in the government next year, then we're going to be looking at another 4 years of fighting stuff. And it may, we don't know how things are going to turn out. You know what I mean? That where we will have to fight for those rights even more. And that's why I tell everybody get out and enjoy what you want, man. You know what I mean? Get out and enjoy it while it's here. Get out, smell that summer fresh air. I mean, go smell that fresh range, man, that gunpowder out there. And just experience everything. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm like, me, my weakness has been long range shooting. I'm like, all right, I haven't been too much interested in it. I was like, but it's something that I want to venture off into and slow things down versus the fast paced training and shooting. So I suggest y'all do the same, man. Get out, try something new. Get out and try something new, man. But I mean, I personally I want to see more. Um, I think what I want to see more of on Q Portal, especially in the marketplace. I want to see some more stuff like some red dots. I want to see. Yeah, I mean, I want to see some. I don't know. I just want to see something that somebody's got sitting in their closet. Like, damn, that shit was old as hell. You know what I mean? But um, it's like in there. I'm like, I'm just waiting for that day. But yeah, so far, Pew Porter has been um very successful. It's surpassed expectation that we'd have at least for so far for a beta launching. But we still got work to do, still got groundwork to do, and like I said, the feedback's very important, guys. So looking at the Reardon Black PVD, huh? Not bad. Not a bad choice. You catch one at a good price. Yeah, Red Dawn. Yo, man, we grateful for you too, man. Like I said, man, we grateful to. I mean, like I said, we learn a lot from everybody. I mean, hell, like Joe Bob, man, the way how he picks people brains insane, man. You know what I mean? I mean, Red Dawn, he's had his knowledgeable times. You know what I mean, like a lot of times, we encourage people that when you have those big money decisions, because if you're anything like me, you don't want your money to be wasted. I'm a dude that where before I make a purchase, I look at that shit up and down. Like, should I get this shit? Do I want it? What purpose is it going to serve? Is it going to set in the safe? Am I going to use this optic? If I'm not, could it be easily able to move to the next owner with very low usage? So that's like another thing. You can ask any turkey that when you get something to tap, that if it's probably something that I've had sitting around, I may have shot one time, or maybe even used the optic like very little. So it's like when you get it, it's still virtually brand new because it just sit around most of the time. But all my other stuff gets dogged out a lot. So I'm like, yeah, I never put that up because I know if I beat something down, I'm not gonna try to make a profit off of that. That would just be salvage. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So I'm like, that's like the key thing. I'm like, because one thing I don't like is when people, what I mean, to put shit online and they know they've been to beat that whatever they got, they've been to beat it down. They're trying to sell it. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, dog. I'm like, if you're gonna sell it at used prices, not at some overinflated shit. He says, we're about DRX device from the Super Duty. Yeah, have you guys been having any issues off of those? I mean, like, the Raritan. I mean, has it been giving you any issues, especially on the Super Duty? I mean, should be pretty good, but never know. I mean, the ASR says, yeah. I mean, like, they've actually, they've changed up some things, and I guess I don't know. I mean, I guess companies go through these phases. I don't know if it's money wise or if things aren't selling the way how they need to sell. But I think a lot of companies go through this time point where they're like, okay, we got to cut back or we got to change back something different. So then they do things a little differently, which I understand that. So I'm like, in the times of inflation and competition, sometimes you may find a better way in which you think that may be better. But if you cut corner, I mean, cutting corners is good as long as it's still keeping the quality of something up or improvement. But if you're cutting corners and your customers are noticing, especially in the tactical field, it's like you can cut corners somewhere else, in other fields, and it's like, all right, people won't notice, but tactical field, we will know. I probably it's something to, that's a good question, Red Dawn. I mean, most people look at a firing pin, it's a firing pin, but that is a good question. I mean, I think that for me depends on what it's made out of, and I think that that's what it comes down to. I mean, I think don't they got some that like titanium or something like that? I don't know. Most of them. So I've seen a couple that have been quite expensive, but they've been elsewhere. Yeah, but like doggone Joe Biden could probably answer that one. I bet you he got the answer. Bet you he got the answer for that one. I mean, because I mean, to most people, if you ask somebody about fire, they'll be like, oh, okay, well, I thought it just sits in there, it just does its job, so I don't think about it. But I mean, like, I guess there are basically different heat metals that's actually probably around. Yeah, man, I'm telling you what, like that once when you get Jovad started, man, he will fill you in. Like I said, so it's like basically if you didn't know what it was before you talked to him, you will know exactly where to go to and where you stand once when it is, man. So I said, shout out to Joe Bob too, man. Joe Bob be doing his thing, man. Joe Biden be definitely doing his thing. I'm like, and like that's another brain that when you want to really pick some serious shit, it's like you see Joe Biden, man. Yeah, it's like he will have the details down for you, Pat. And that's somebody there that you need, especially when you're looking at distances or you're thinking about getting any kind of if you're doing long range, short range, or if you're thinking of getting to some of the calibers, it's like he definitely knows the velocities and everything with that. So yeah, he's always a good source. Always a good source. I mean, me personally, um, when it comes to ARs, I mean, I said I'm beginning to. Yeah, I said me. I've always liked ARs, but I think earlier on, like probably 12 years ago, 12, 13 years ago, I was like, man, all these ARs look alike to me. You know what I mean? I was like, they all look alike. So that's where once when you really break down to the metals and how each company develops their own tolerances and stuff, that's when you really start to know the difference that they're not. There's your answer. Mil spec firing pins just fine. Biggest thing in firing pin is in spec. Yep, spec's very important. Proper material, metals, and isn't yeah exactly because Joe Biden, you got a good point there, especially with the chip part. Because I've seen some cheaper, AR gun manufacturers. I've seen this at the range of people that have taken their shit apart. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, what is that? And like, you look at it, you're like, man, what the hell was that? Like, was it just cheap steel that they used, or was it just, they spray painted it on, or what? But I mean, you, there's different tolerances. I think that each of them actually make their pens with. I mean, I'm not saying that the more expensive the pen, you know what I mean, the actual better that the product is, but the majority of the time it comes down to those materials and how well that they respond to heat and expansion. So I'm like, yeah, that's definitely an interesting thought. I mean, to me, I kind of look at firing pins and barrels along the same amount because they both get hot, things expand. And so, different metals also, when they get hot, they respond differently too. So, pen and weld. Yeah. I mean, you know, I think a lot of people have like their like stories, man. Because I'm like, that's one thing that where everyone has their own preference when it comes to barrel length. You know what I mean? And what they actually want. They want to, weld it or non-welded, and it's like so you get into these situations where certain setups are like either just done improperly or they're just not in tune for the elements or actually handle the load on what's been put on them, which will cause malfunctions, blow ups, and all that other stuff. So you end up like that, like those idiots I see when they're shooting their guns at the ranges, and it's like it just blows up. The whole thing just cracks up. Mil specs have objective. So spec you run the risk. Yeah, slam fires. Yep, that's it. Soft primer strikes, and those soft primer strikes mean that when your ammo's and it gets stuck, like oh damn, you know what I mean? It just stuck. Try another one, stuck, and it's like it's not getting enough power behind to fire up that primer. I mean, yeah, it's a costly thing. Yeah, so they finally, so they is that the pistol rule? And I wonder if that's the I don't think that's the final rule by the Supreme Court though. I think that may be by the I think it may be by the federal division in Texas, but I'm not sure. Is that the EIB? Oh, the EIB rule. Ooh, yeah. Well, there you go. That's another win for the community, man. I mean, there you have it. I mean, that's like the thing. It's like those battles are being fought every day for us to have our freedoms, man, to do what we enjoy. I look at the sport of us in gun ownership in the trade community just as important as fishing or anything else that people like to do for recreation. I mean, it's no different. No different. They always try to make it look like it's something different. I'm like, man, it's no different. No different than going fishing. It's no different than doing whatever other recreational sport you like to do. 40 minute green rail. Oh man, dog man, Philly slow. You making some moves, man, over there. You know what I mean? You making some quiet moves. Like Philly slow, like I'll be searching for the deals. He said I'll be searching for the deals. Wouldn't blame you, man, 'cause the deal is out right now. Between this is like I think between May and probably this month, I've seen a lot of good deals go by that are just good prices. I don't know if it's that people just not spending money or like companies just like, look, we gotta offload this shit, which ain't bad, man. Not bad. Salute, man. I mean that's what I mean. Like Philly Slow say, I'm enjoying my money. I'm spending my money resources, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, man. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. Gotta enjoy life, man. I mean, like Dust doesn't know it yet, but I told him today, I was like, yo, Dust, I said, I want to build I was like, I want to take an Acura RSX Type S. I was like, and I want to build that motherfucker from ground up to top. He said, no doubt. So he's like, I was like, yeah, no doubt. And you gonna help me build that sucker too. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and that's something there that where I'm like, yeah, I used to be in the cars back in the day, but I just was like, so I'm older. I kind of want that thing to get that project going. I mean, so I said, whatever you want to do, man, it's like you have to go out and enjoy life. You can't just sit there and just keep doing the same old routine. You know what I mean? You gotta get it in. Gotta get it in. Yeah. The guys yeah, those Galaxy coupons, man, they do come in clutch, man. I mean, and that's why I mean they also had a giveaway too. I don't know if they're done with that giveaway, but man, they got I think it's over valued over 3,500 or 5,000. I don't know what it is, but I know they got that where you get a chance to win the Super Duty. I think I don't know, is it LPO involved with that? Maybe. I don't know. I know that they give you a bunch of stuff. So I'm like, I don't know if it's one of those where you sign up or you gotta do a bunch of jump through hoops. But I would encourage that if anybody has the time to sit there and if they want you to click here, just keep on trying, man. 'Cause I'm like, so that's a giveaway there. That where I'm like, I mean, usually me, I stay away from giveaways. I'm like, fuck, man, if I gotta do all this shit, it's not worth me signing up for. But that one just kind of caught my eye, so I was like, let me go in here every day and just see if I can apply by what they want you to do to enter the contest. But like, yeah, man, that's a guy that has like good sales. I mean, yeah, it's, I think a lot of, I mean, gun prices themselves, and I think accessories and stuff. I don't know if they're actually going down, getting better or what. But hey, Tactical Tina got the Super Duty. Nice. Yeah, boy, that doggone Super Duty is the truth, man. I mean, it definitely is the truth. I mean, me, I prefer welded over anything as well. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely nice. I mean, I know they got the ODB green. Do you have the ODB green tactical, Tina? Yeah, but I'm like, yo, that dog on OD green, man. It's just something about that hits different. Yeah, but Roblox, so he be enjoying that Geyser too. Yeah, man, like I enjoy shooting the Geysers, man. Geysers are like where it's at. I mean, they get a little bit of, they used to be. Plus, if you buy one now and put it together yourself, It's a lot better than you actually. I mean, like it can be less in the long run if you put it together yourself versus spending the 1,700. They're getting up there in price range now, but that's why Big Fish always said, "Hey, you buy them then, so therefore then you don't have to." Buy them later at a later date and time. It's like now they're getting more expensive because everybody's caught on, which means that they stay around longer, products improve, they sell more. That's what happens. Yep, that will definitely be on the radar. Definitely on the radar. And if you're building a actual AR, I think one company that I've been using a lot of since when I started building out my lowers and other stuff is I've been using Radian. Um, I've been using takedown pins for them. Those things fit so tight, and like normally if you have to, if you're building an AR and you got to put in the that good old annoying little spring that pops in there for your takedowns. It's like you use a tool, but with that one you don't even have to. I use like this little screwdriver, pop it up, just like slid it in, and it's just as tight as it can be. So I mean, I think that when you're so you say, well, it's takedown pins, they're all the same. Like, yeah, they are, but I'm like, but Radiant, man, they on a whole nother level with theirs. I can vouch for their shit. Their shit's like tight. Yeah, man. Like ammo, I'm like, shit, man. I mean, like I said, like ammo, it's always the king of conversation because like with ammo it's kind of hit and miss. Sometimes you'll find great deals if you look, and then sometimes like you'll just have to take what they got. But me, I don't even go into West Virginia gun stores to buy ammo anymore. Cause I'm just like they charge so much money, even though people are like, yeah, but y'all not getting taxed. I was like, dude, they're tax in there. They just run the prices a little higher. Otherwise than that, I was like, you may as well buy it online. He said they're talking about dropping the stress proof bolt assembly. Yeah, I like to see that, man. A lot of people get doggone PTSD when dealing with bolt assemblies, man. So I like to see a stress-free bolt assembly. So when they come out with that, I gotta see, I gotta see that happen because some people they get they get very frustrated with bolt assemblies, especially if you take it all the way apart and you don't do it that often, and you take every little piece off, man, and then therefore you don't remember where the shit goes. And you gotta get on YouTube, you gotta find a video, which that's getting harder to do now as well. Full power hammer springs and hard primers. Yep, basically it, man. Just build it out. I mean, that's like the best thing to me when you know what I mean. Like one thing that I learned, especially with AR-15s. I mean, AKs they're different. You know what I mean. But even with AKs, now I gotta tell people there's difference between certain country AK blocks than there is with other manufacturers. And I've grown to learn that by the tolerances and the pressures test that's been going on with most of them that I've been watching and learning a little bit more about from some of the more deeper, in-depth AK builders. So, but still, let's see. Yeah, you know what? that that may be a good video, and that's one I think, and like I said, that's one that I think that YouTube will not strike us for because what we'll do is, we'll put one on like, we'll put one on PewPortal, we'll put one on YouTube, and we'll put the same video out on Instagram because that may be what's needed. 'Cause a lot of people don't know, man. A lot of people think it's just pulling it out, spraying it down, just pulling out what you see. But I'm like, yo, you get into there, take your firing pin out, do all this, but you really get into them. Like when I have to, I don't normally do it, but if I know that a gun is ran for about maybe 2, 3, 4 thousand rounds or so, then it's like, I'm like, all right, maybe I'll do this, maybe I won't. But if you're one of them people that where you feel, oh, if I don't clean my BC DGG, it's gonna get rusty, and then I'm gonna have to buy another one and spend all this money. I'm like, all right, then by all means, that video would be for you. But for most of the people I know, a lot of them in the chat, they don't clean their ARs like that, man. I mean, even me, I was a clean, wall down freak. Like now, I over time, I just take the AR, shove it in the fucking thing after I get done, dirty as hell, but still runs. Yep. You know what? Rumble's gonna be our next spot. And that's also what I've been talking to the fellas about too, is that we're gonna be probably get ready to start up Rumble, because if I don't know, Rumble's catching steam now, man. I mean, that a year ago, somebody would have told me I'd look on there and see people with 100,000 subscribers. People starting to get active now on Rumble. And Rumble is a platform where they let you express yourself, which I hope that they continue to do that no matter how big they are. And, that's what people need, because I think with YouTube, there's been so much political pressure that it's really watered down things. And when it comes to, I mean, if you look at all of the 2A content creators, I mean, some of the bigger ones, they're going to, outlast that. But for a lot of ones, like there's one YouTuber that she's out of Taiwan, and there's two of them. They do a lot of, they got a lot of guns, do a lot of shit, but 4.4 million subscribers, and she was doing maybe 100K per video, sometime in the millions. Now it's dropped down to like, maybe 5,000, 10,000 in like maybe a few days, which versus she used to be doing hard numbers. So it's harder for us to get that message out to people and get it used to be you go on and say you need to know how to do something, then you'd be able to go to YouTube. You still can for the videos they haven't took down yet. You know what I mean? And I think that with Rumble, you'll still be able to do that without, the social media thinking you're like that T word, you know what I mean? Or you're like this, or you're that, or you're gonna commit something bad with it. When you just want to really learn how to fix your gun. It's all you need. And also for those that don't know, there's a simulated PC game. It's called it's like, I don't know, it's like Gunsmith or something, but that game itself is pretty in detail. Like you can pick your firearm, it'll break it, you get to break it down. So it's almost like it's training, you know what I mean? Like they actually give you that gunsmith training, at least from a virtual standpoint. So I found that program to be a little bit more in depth than I thought it was. At first, I was like, "Oh, that's just bullshit." But after I went in and looked at it, I was like, "Well, this game, it gets into deep depth. It's kind of educational because you're literally doing the gun stuff yourself." Or doing, yeah, that is absolutely correct, man. I mean, I feel the same way. I think a lot of folks, they just being jerks. I mean, I think that a lot of time, a lot of people, they'll do it for the money. And so everybody likes to get paid, you know what I mean, from doing what they do. But, after a while, you also gotta get back to the people as well. It's like you gotta, think about how you can help them get better and help them make the changes and get to where they want to be, whatever that they're trying to accomplish. So, and that's what we try to do here. Oh man. Now I gotta go a couple of visits before I get. Yeah, I mean, you know what, Philly, you know me, that even the trailer said, Tack used to be real cautious with his guns. You know what I mean? He used to always clean them and do whatever that he needed to do. Now, I won't get me wrong. I will, oil up and clean up my handgun, but at the most part, when it comes to rifles, man, I just dump oil with them. Like I just don't have the time to sit there and break something down. I was like, now I do keep the home defense one all like oiled up and ready, but otherwise than that, I'm like, yeah, I got lazy, man. And plus, that shit costs so much money. I mean, I use that like shooter lube stuff because it doesn't smell. And, it works pretty decently, but I'm just lazy. I've been hanging around dude knowledge too much, man. He don't clean his gun, so it's rubbing off. Let's see. Did you guys answer Tactical Tina's question about the SRO blade? Oh, oh, you're looking for the Phoenix HT. Oh man, yeah, those stay out of stock. I'm like, if you find one, that would be America. Or like I said, if we or if anyone knows anyone that has one, stick it on Pew Portal, man. There you go. Or like if we see one, like we'll hit you up, Tackle Team. We'll let you know. Complete upgrade mod for the soul mod. That is true. Yeah, I mean it was kind of an upgraded to the soul mod. You know what I mean? So it's not really a rifle, even if it may be rifle in appearance. He said he due to the threat. Yep, no grind, no power, man. I mean, and I think that that's where it really comes down to because just like I kind of treat my guns like I treat my cars. I like to run them wet. Jovan knows that. Sometimes I overly assess for oil. Sorry, Jovan. You know what I mean? It's like if they're most of the time if they're setting, I want for them to be old, but mainly I want that when that primer strikes, especially in the home defense weapon, I want that shit to be nice and hot. So whoever had the need to drop into my house and basically kick in the door, that I made sure that when them things took to them, they were nice and hot. I got you, dude. Knowledge. FN Cold. Upper Barrel, Geisley, Handguard, and Shorefire FMBS. Yes, sir. FN Cold, man. The FN Cold's legendary. But one AR that gets passed over, speaking of FN, is the FN, man. FNARs. Like, I've never, like you never hear about all these manufacturers, but everyone always passes over the FN. Oh,
Yo, what up, boy?
what up, boss?
Shit,
Yo, man, I like the setup back there, man.
I don't like the fact that it's clear because now I just like scrub it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yo,
Yeah,
man,
man.
I just wanted to hop on for a quick 5 minutes or so to let kind of give an update. Um, so we're gonna officially launch Pew Portal on the 22nd. Also, second thing, especially with the whole stuff that's been going on with YouTube, you guys heard about that stuff, how they're going to start, implementing more stricter rules and stuff
Yeah,
like that, which kind of sucks. But at the
it
same
does.
time, it is what it is. It's all politics at the end of the day, right?
Yep.
So we actually teamed up with a new platform called Gray Hive.
Yep.
It's one of those things that supports our ethos about being completely uncensored, just like how our founding fathers would have
Wanted
wanted it with our first, second, third, fourth, and so on, right? So it's pretty awesome. We actually dropped the MD Arsenal, a little short snippet of the MD Arsenal long range class um,
Yep.
on there. So keep an eye on it on Pew Portal. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link here shortly for that link on Gray Hive. Super awesome dude. The guy that runs it, he shares our same ideology when it comes down to censorship and stuff like that. Just because, yo, man, tag be getting wild, and when we have our group chats, tag be getting
Oh,
wild, saying, man,
I'll
f
be
this,
yours.
blah, 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 uncensorable, blah, this and this and
I'd
that.
be crazy to
So
the end. And I
yeah,
hate censors. I fucking hate censors. You know what I mean? I mean,
You
it's
do,
like
bro. Yeah, he does.
I
That's a
fucking hate
1,000%.
censors, but there's a lot of shit that I don't like that goes on.
Yo, hey man, I hear you. So that's why I'm going to be personally calling out for our close content creator friends. If you guys are seeing this message, yo man, go on Great Hive, apply, send your application to be a content creator. Support the movement, man.
Yeah, I mean, great
Right
hot.
now we're
They're
just
on
all
something.
about we're all about the building a stronger two-way. That's kind of our ethos right now.
Yep.
So, if you or your friend is a content creator, yo man, drop by Gray Hive, drop by Pew Portal, um, send an email, put your application in, tell them that we sent you. We get absolutely nothing out of this,
Nothing at all.
but it definitely helps build our network a lot bigger. And with a bigger network of different content creators that are very like-minded, we're building a better, I'm actually in the basement right now.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
other side.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, he's
but yeah,
like tax.
definitely
He moves
drop by
around
Great
from each
Hive,
side
drop
of
by
his
Pew
room.
Portal, come kick it with us. Dutch is always on there talking shit.
Yeah, I gotta get on there too, cause I'll be on there. Mark, I'll be there just lurking. Like, but I'm gonna start fucking with people and shit. I know they fuck with Dust hard.
Yeah,
I'm
yo,
fucking
for
fucking
real.
with
Yo, man, Pew Portal is dope.
it
Everyone's
is.
got their stuff that they want to get rid of. I know Tax got a bunch of them that he'll sometimes drop in the DMs, in the group chat. He's like, yo, man, is anyone looking for this? I gotta get rid of it. I just bought this new FN. How do you like that FN, by the way?
Oh man, I like the new ones. The new ones, they got better triggers. The old
Yeah.
ones that were for maybe 2, 3 years ago and below. But me and Dust verified that thing.
Yo,
Um,
man, I'm not gonna lie to you. So when you set that that sale going, I actually picked one up. It's still sitting in a safe. I haven't even touched it, and I feel so bad because I've been hearing nothing but good things about it from you.
yeah,
And like for the
I
longest
mean,
time, I've just I've just been so busy with Pew Portal with Dust and stuff. So I feel bad, but you
I
know what? Hey,
mean,
man, if you say it's good, then hey, you know
I
what?
mean,
I
like
can't.
Dust shot it too. See, the first time I think we ran, I think we ran about maybe I think I ran about 150 rounds through it so far. But it was like the more I shot, the better it was. And the wall, it's like it was just crisp. I was like, man, usually this shit is gritty, you know what I mean? And it was like,
Yeah,
so it kind of surprised both of us because I hadn't shot an FN since probably 2020 when I had shot, and I was like, there's nothing, and that was a tactical one. I was like, oh, there's nothing special with this trigger shit. So I was
yeah.
like,
I
I
mean,
think we,
my biggest thing with the original I fielded a 509T for how many years now? I think I carried that thing for what, 2.5 years. I had that out in the field, and granted, I always run all my stuff factory, right? I
yeah,
don't really like to change stuff around. For personal preference, nothing really wrong with modding it, putting a better trigger and stuff. I'm just too lazy,
yeah,
right? Two
yeah,
one,
I
too
can't do,
lazy, and two, I'm Asian, dog.
yeah,
You already know I'm cheap.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly. Just don't have the time.
I'm definitely not like Eddie and them, the gun camp Asian dudes where they got all the
Oh
baller shit.
man,
Ain't
oh man,
nothing like
okay, they go crazy with it, man. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
Asian wig, Eddie, they be like, yo, I'm gonna put this in there to see how this thing works. I'm like, no,
Speaking
no,
of
no.
Gucci shit, yo, did you see what one of them guys posted on Pew Portal on the BST page in the marketplace? Yo, they posted a what is this? The Master or Combat Master,
The combat master, yeah.
original Combat Master STI, and I'm like, dog,
I was looking
I've
at that. I was
never
like,
even seen one.
dude, where the hell did they get that shit, bro? I was like, what's that?
Yeah, yo,
I'm
for
like,
real. I was like, what?
man, there's a lot of, there's stuff that shows up on Pew Portal, and I'm like, people think, oh man, it's just another site like that. Yeah, I'm like, no, if you look at it, there's not that many sites out there that's doing it like that.
Right.
Either you may not have the the actual blog side where you can communicate, you just have the marketplace, and that's it. You know what I mean? But then here you got everything. And that's what I mean by where if a tech person looks at it and says, you know what, this is easily laid out for people to understand. I was like, and also it has everything and where you don't have to search all over the website. You go click on here, you go there. It's like everything is accessible.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
I mean,
man, speaking of gun camp, dude, I'm kind of bummed out that you're not gonna make it to the gun cert.
yeah, man. I'm like, man, I was sitting there and I was I was getting everything ready. I was like, man, I was like, I want to go out there. I know it's gonna be fun because I wanted to hang out with
Dude.
gun camp experience and stuff and just experience the concert within itself, man. I mean, what
Yeah.
Twitter and the other guys are putting together and meeting those guys out there. I mean, I see what they do on Instagram, man. It's just crazy. I mean, I'm like, it's crazy. I'm like, it's all crazy. But I mean, that's the all beauty part about 2A that a lot of
I will
Americans.
text you right now, Jova. I will let you know exactly. The only reason why I'm not putting it out there,
Yeah,
it's one of those events that is an invite only type of thing.
yeah.
It's a super
Everybody knows.
private, close event. There's just the magnitude of people that's
Yeah,
going to be there. Like Phoenix Trinity is going to be there. Yoki's going to be there. Obviously, the world famous Kick Up Dust is going to be there.
yeah.
The
No
old
fiction
Chip
check.
and Dale famous Grand Turkey Chris Stevenson's going to be
Yep.
there.
The turkey
Yo,
being
man.
out. You got Eddie, Asian Wick, and man, seeing
Yo,
those
facts.
people again.
Yeah, exactly. That right there is already like, yo, I'm in. So,
And doggone JL, man, that combination right there is just. I mean, the rest of the guys at Gun Camp, they're like kind of low key there, but those guys, man, they a lot of fun, man. I mean,
yeah, no, definitely, definitely. And I just love the way that it's set up. It's intended to be more of like a networking day type of thing, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like a networking day because it's just filled with, just super fun
fun,
vibes. And you already
fun,
know what our ethos is about it. It's
yeah.
if it's not fun, I don't want to be a part of it.
And I mean, that's the kind of energy that you see from event to event to event. It's like you go out and you meet good people. And I mean, and you have a good time. And that's the
I
part
agree.
of our community that people don't see. Like people don't. The rest of America just like, oh, guns, this. But then there's the other positive side that you have a lot of people getting together, and it's like they're coming together for one cause. And it doesn't matter what event that you're at. You know what I mean? It's like people enjoy meeting people. They enjoy seeing new things that they may not have experienced or seen, and they enjoy getting knowledge. I mean,
Mhm.
that's the main key thing that where this it's just I tell people being in the 2A community is just like with computers. You learn something new every day. And the amount of technology that now goes into 2A is becoming helpful. So when you're at home, you're able to do things like pick up this little device and
Mhm.
see what your what I mean, to be able to measure your actions on what you're doing and everything. So I'm just like that's stuff that I would never imagine.
That and like, yo, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Whenever the boys get together, especially like, bro, here's a great example, right? This is a great example of what I'm about to say. So what I was gonna say is that a lot of times people only see us at the actual events, right? When we're filming and doing the silly stuff and whatever the hell, right? Which don't get me wrong, it's a great time. It's a blast. It's always a blast whenever I'm with you guys,
Oh yeah.
especially when we collide with Gun Camp and everyone else. Like, yo, it's always a blast, first and foremost, right? But the fun stuff is what happens in the background. Yo, have
Yep.
y'all ever seen? All right. So first things first. Let me explain something. Tack is old, all right. Tack, like he's old, but he's buff, and no Diddy, right? He's buff, no Diddy. This man he can move,
Yo,
and when
my
I
bad.
say he can move, yo, get Tack a few drinks in, yo,
Hmm.
put some good music on,
Yeah, boy.
yo,
Tack,
you know what
right.
I'm talking about too, bro.
That's right, boy. Tack, man. I'll tell you, man. Once I get them few drinks on, Then, man, the man had to show off his moves, man. Yeah, I used to be a
Bro.
gigolo back in the day. But I'm a changed man now. You know what I mean? Ever since I got in my 40s, I done became a little wiser. You know, so
But that was the
been,
fun part, for me, that was the fun part. And granted, when when we went out for the last night we were there, we had plenty of people show up. We had Iggy was there from the gun camp, Mike, um, Agent Wick, right? Eddie, Rudy, of course, you can't forget about, the master Cerakoter himself. JL Customs was there. Lady Wick was there. We had Tina, Girl with Guns, show up there. Some of the Survival Sisters were there. That was a blast.
It was
That was a blast.
I mean,
All because of what happened in the background. And that's kind of why I'm bummed out that you're not going to be there. Fish said he can't make it because it's going to be one of those things where it's like Pew Party, except with the hint of whatever happens in the background.
Exactly. See, we didn't even have a chance to have the family barbecue neither. We was down.
We were so busy.
I mean, we were busy moving around, and that's the thing people don't see from the Whataburger. You know what I mean? From us all sitting down. We are like a family. You know what I mean? We are a family, and that's the main thing. People don't know behind the scenes that we're all very close, and it's like we care about each other. We care about what I mean. We care about all of you guys out there too as well. It's like that's why creating the things
that's why we do what we do, right?
That's why we do what we do, and it's like when you even when we're out, I mean, it's like how many people you can say that you go out with to any city, and that the guys your left and right that they all got your back, and that because we went to some places that were in Dallas, man, that were sketchy. You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, even from the fucking Jack in the Box deal, man. I mean, the fucking Jack in the Box they wasn't open, and we seen like one white guy in the restaurant. We're like, dude.
You remember when we were coming back from? I forgot where we were coming back from. Oh, the little meetup thing before the actual day of Pew Party.
Oh yeah.
Yo, we stopped by that gas station with that one dude.
Oh my gosh.
He kept going. Oh man. That's
it was interesting. This guy, and he was a Pyru blood. He had his Philly cap on and whatnot. But he was talking to everybody that got out of the truck, but he kept looking in the truck, and like every time somebody got out of the truck, like I'm sitting in the third row and he's just looking, sitting there the whole time, just clutching like. And,
all I'm saying is that gas station, probably because we were hungry too. So at that point I didn't really care, but nonetheless, that gas station had the best hot dogs and microwavable cheeseburgers. If I remember correctly, I bought 3 microwavable cheeseburgers and 4 glizzies.
Yeah, he bought the 4 glizzies and shit.
I ate them all.
Man, he took care of them, dog. I was like,
yo, I told you guys I was hungry.
Oh, like he swallowed them shits whole.
God.
But their hot dogs was off the chain, and them shits was nice and thick, man. They were good. I mean, some of the best hot dogs.
That was a blast, and I definitely can't wait for the gun cert, just because, check this out, right? So first and foremost, salute to the boys of Gun Camp and Rudy and all of them, right?
Always salute, man.
So they're expanding their range specifically for this event. Now check this. So everyone knows, right? Rudy owns one of the best Mexican spots for tacos and stuff like that. Anything, bro. They have like a 7 or 8 pound burrito. First and foremost, yeah. You know how much food that is? 8 pounds of meat. That's a lot.
That's fucking cholesterol.
Yeah,
heart attack.
Bro, they're famous for that shit. So now watch this, right? They're doing all you can eat free tacos all day.
Damn. Right? Oh man.
After all the festivities end. So granted, there's gonna be a helicopter there, right? There's going to be the our dudes from Holimoto. They're going to be doing
Oh, they're gonna be
demos
there
with the
too.
electric dirt bikes all day and all
Nice.
night. So
Okay.
you're, obviously Rick's Tactical and Night Vision Network's going to be there. So they're going to be demoing their Night Vision stuff, like these
Those
guys
cool,
with like
those cool
thermal
guys.
fusions and whatever shits and like the BNVDs and whatever the fuck, right?
Yo, those work
Those
well.
guys are going to be there. So imagine riding electric dirt bikes under night vision, or if you didn't drink, you got to shoot at night with suppressors and test out AMMJ Solution, one of the new
Mm.
revolutionary lasers. He's going to be out there demoing some stuff.
He's gonna be there too. Damn.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
Bro, I'm telling you.
this
So
man.
after all of that, right? So you got a night shoot. You got, obviously we're gonna bring out machine guns and stuff like that because we have to. We have to, right?
Bring all the turkey
We got some
toys.
stuff in the works. Let's see. After all of that stuff aside, right? Let's say everyone's done. You're done shooting, and you wanna, drink a little bit, bro. Open bar.
Mm.
Open bar.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yes.
please make sure this time that my buddy Mannequin just takes care of the equipment. Tell him slow down.
Yo,
Leave
I
everything in
don't
order.
think that man's gonna be allowed to touch night vision by himself for a while. I might have to, one of those lanyards.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to strap one on him and
Yeah,
his night.
bro. Put like a little
So
large.
for anyone that's wondering what we're talking about, right? Mannequin. At the night of the little meetup thing before the day of Pew Party,
Yeah.
this man lost a set of night vision. I don't know how. We don't know how, but he did. Unfortunately, it was never turned in, nor did anyone ever, say, "Hey, I found these." Whatever. It is what it is. It happens.
Somebody said,
But
look.
that's not anything to take away from the event itself because it had nothing to do with the event.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucked that it happened on a content creator event before the actual day of Pew Party. But hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we still had fun. We had to do what we had to do. And you know what? You just kind of brush it off and move forward. He made a mistake. He owned up to it and continued to do what he had to do. It is what it is.
Yeah, we got a couple drinks in him, and then he was good to go. He was good to go the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what it's all about, people. I mean, that's like the whole thing in a nutshell. Like I said, too, we've grown, we've gotten a lot of partners, but the partners we got, man, now it's a good thing that people, want to reach out, get us to help them, push their products along. And like the turkeys, we always vet any products that we get anyways, you know what I mean? So they've been worked out, tested. Like we said, nothing's ever perfect, but if it works, we're not going to steer you in the wrong direction.
Yo, yes. Tactical Tina, I'm telling you right now, these boys are wild. Like they drop on food and open bar.
Yeah.
For all those people.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, and see, just to tell you what, when you get the turkeys and gun camp together, oh my gosh, dude.
Listen, all I was told was, hey, you know what? This is what we're doing. Invite whoever. And I'm just like, that's not fair, dude. You can't put us on the spot like that because there's too many people that we want, and I can't, like, it's so hard to like keep track of like different things. So it ended up boiling down to just different manufacturers that I ended up reaching out to, and I never even got a chance to really talk about it to other content creators. So if guys, I would love for you guys to be there. It's not our event. It's just an event that we're helping out with. Don't shoot the messenger. So, but I mean, hey, if you guys are super interested, feel free to reach out to the Tactical Turkeys Instagram, send them a DM, or send Pew Portal an email, info@Pew. Matter of fact, email Carbon Q. That's
Yep.
probably your
You
best
know,
bet, or Shanna,
yep.
because you'll
I
probably
would
get
say
a
that.
faster reply.
Oh yeah.
Um,
But
what's
us, we
Carbon
be
Q's
all over.
email or Shanna's email? Yo, I'm
Uh,
blurring now. I think it's like Shanna at pewportal.com and Carbon
PewPewPow.com.
Q at pewportal.com.
I
I don't
believe.
know.
I think so. I
Something
have to
like
double check. But yeah, but either that or just DM me. The thing that we have so much going on. People are like, when you guys, but the things that the turkeys will eventually work up to an event. That's we got things in the process where we're working with different outdoor ranges. Shout out to um, the long range that's out here in West Virginia. And I'm gonna be going out there to experience more.
Peacemakers.
Huh?
Peacemakers.
Yeah, Peacemaker. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
the old man
bro.
be losing it sometimes. But Peacemaker, I've been trying to get out to this range for 2 years.
See,
I told
yo,
you last time.
that's another story on its own.
Mhm.
TLDR, been there one time, and you know what? I can't wait to get back.
Oh
That
yeah.
that's
I mean,
that's all I'm gonna say.
and
Facts,
they
facts.
got.
Dustin
They
Williams should
had.
be a part of that bar.
Yeah. They got
Fact.
something for everybody. Long range, and that's the perfect place. You know what I mean? And we're getting. I can't wait to meet the staff and them there too. But we have another defense training range that's around here in West Virginia. It's got Randy runs. He's kicking up steam. He deals with the
I heard another dope gun shop opened out by you.
yeah. There's one that just opened up, and Hackers has been pretty good too. But like I told Dust, I said, some of these other gun companies, gun shops, they'll work with them. I haven't really. Like we go there, we talk to the guys, but we haven't. It's just that vibe is just not there yet. And I don't know if it's just that they're like, hey, we're doing our own thing, we don't want to, but we haven't really officially came to them. But we go to hit these ranges up for Pew Portal, and we hand them
Yeah,
a card.
yeah. I mean,
Then
you know what? You know, at the end of the day, to each of their own. Um, they're a gun shop, whether we're vibing with them or not. Yo, man, at the end of the day, we'll still support them, right? Just
exactly.
because they're in the fight with us. So
And that gun
regardless,
shop's got what you need. Most of the time, let's say if you're looking for something simple, you can't go into some place and find it there. You can find it. That's the whole thing. Like the dude came in there, but I was in there picking up my lower, and he's like, "Man, I'm looking for one of them doggone Ramjet things." They're sitting right there. He had to pay a little bit more than what he paid a little bit more than he should have, but it was all there. And it's like those are kind of shops that you want around. But I noticed that now they don't really sell a lot of. They have new guns, but their business mainly is all around them getting trade-ins now. So
mhm.
I'm like, yeah, they could probably need that help. And these are things that that people don't understand. When you create events, most of the time you're working up to those partners. It's like you're
I
working with
heard
those
that.
places with gun shops. So therefore, because people always want to know how can you help us get our products out to the
Well,
mass.
on the good note, right? I don't mean to bounce back. Yo, Tactical Latino, I hate that you're missing out on that event too. But
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
anyone else that's
I'm hurt.
in the event, have no worries. Pew Portal is in tandem with Gray Hive will be doing a complete coverage of the
Yeah,
event. And if you are a member of Gray Hive and Pew Portal,
you'll
keep
get
an
this.
eye out on the live stream coverage on Gray Hive, which will be hosted directly on Pew Portal. Um, Unfortunately, YouTube we won't be able to do it on YouTube and
Yeah,
probably
definitely.
Instagram just because of certain restrictions that we're gonna have.
Oh
Last thing we need is to get
yeah,
some flags or strikes or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. I'm not a YouTuber.
yeah.
Um,
Or then like while it's going to what's the call, you see the flashing lights come up like, oh fuck, what the hell y'all want?
yeah, right. Exactly.
So,
Exactly. So there's gonna be a lot of you know, fun stuff going on with firearms and whatnot. So, but fortunately enough, on Gray Hive, from what I know, it is completely uncensored. So you could do literally whatever you got to do with your guns, and hey, you've got a place there, so I can't wait to actually do the live coverage of the event there. I think it's going to be a freaking blast.
Yeah,
Um,
that's gonna be a. I mean, I wish I could have made it. Man, I was like, I was really trying to make it too because the thing I
shame,
was like,
shame.
nah, I got some fish to fry here. I got some
Yeah,
fish to fry in the state of Virginia. So I'm
I hear you, bro. I hear
like,
you.
it's like Tech versus the state of Virginia. So I gotta fry some fish here real quick. You know what I mean? But I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's the thing, guys. That all this will build up to where 2025 or beyond when we work with all of our partners. It may be something that we may be putting together one day. I mean, it's like 'cause we're actually studying to see how other people do it, and we're starting to learn from them. We're like, all right, this.
we'll get there eventually, but right now, I'm not saying that we'll never do it or we're not going to do it. It's one of those things that there are people currently that
Yep.
we're in tight knit with, like
Nope.
Jada Shooter, for example, the dudes over at the gun camp,
Good
um,
can.
so on and so on. Dudley at MD Arsenal with Peacemakers. They're
Tom. So
all super good at doing this and being
yeah.
organized and putting people together and organizing an event. So if someone's already doing it super well,
Exactly.
it doesn't bring the community any more, I guess, benefits for
Yep.
us to do it right now because I
Exactly.
would hate to put something out, and I'm sure I could speak for the guys
Oh yeah.
like Tack and Dust and Fish and everyone else involved. And I just don't want to put something that's half-assed when someone
Yep.
else is doing it at a higher capabilities than us.
Yep.
You know what I
And
mean?
they can organize it and they know, what I mean, what there's all and then I think what it is, like it all collaborates together. You know what I mean? It's like and that's one thing that where you have all these different partners that come together. We're like, okay, we're gonna have this event. Once you guys show up, here's what you do and here's what, goes on. So that's like a plus. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, people like to come, they like to shoot guns, they like to enjoy each other, and you enjoy yourself. I'm like, if you come to a gun event and if somebody says, well, first of all, somebody comes to a gun event, they say, well, I didn't enjoy myself. I'm like, you a fag? I'm like, yeah, I mean, you fed or something. I like the only people that don't enjoy themselves at gun events, the anti-gunners and feds. So I'm like, yeah, you didn't enjoy yourself.
You're right.
I mean, so that's one thing that you guys will have to all look out that where there'll, be events, there'll be things going on. But I think, one thing that we're gonna really start to do a proof on. I'm sure you guys are gonna see some
Yeah.
crazy shit on the marketplace because I got
Yo, for real. Oh my God. Yo, did you see the
already.
quads in there? The panoramic night
Yeah, I
vision?
saw the pad. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like,
Like,
dude, I was like, every day I see something, I'm like,
no,
ooh.
I'm
I'm like,
saying
I'm like the
crazy.
amount of things that people and like I'm used to going some marketplace. I'm like, yeah, I've seen that. Here I'm like, man, where these people hide some of this shit at? And that's good because that's
Yeah.
what keeps people engaged, keeps them coming back. I mean, I mean, and that's one thing that where
Yo, and,
we,
and and mind you, these are people in our community,
yeah, these all
that we probably see in the chat or at different events and stuff. And sometimes they just like to lay low, but next thing you know, they're like, yeah,
yeah, I
I
got
actually
this
have
on
a
top
couple of things.
of
You're like, what?
yeah, like you holding out on.
Multiples?
I mean, that's how that's how it is. I mean, it's only going to get better. I mean, me and Dust, I told Dust, is look, we got a task that where each weekend, like on a Saturday, you know, not really a Friday, but on a Saturday, we're going to get up, hit the road, bound. We're going to hit this county. We're going to hit every gun shop in this county. Someone may say, hey, take your car, get the fuck out of here. We don't want to do nothing. We don't want to look at nothing. Get out. You're not buying nothing. Get out. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things that where if we go in the shop, we may be forced to buy something cheap. You know what I mean? So we may go in some shops, but like, all right, look, man, we want to just support your business. We can help you out here. Buy some kind of like you go into some small store and you buy some candy from the local person.
Yep.
Just say you brought some.
Well, there it is.
There you
But
go, guys.
yo, man, hey, I really wish that you could have made it, but hey, I get it. I get it. I
I
get it,
wish
bro.
I
There's
could have
nothing
too,
else
man.
on.
I was
I
like,
appreciate you continuing the live during my drive home. I
man,
enjoyed it.
yeah, I
But now
definitely.
put the little ones to sleep. So
Oh,
I'll hound you guys later.
Definitely. And, yo, like I said, we will be in touch too, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And on that note, I'm gonna end the live, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all time. Like I said, Dust will probably be back. I know, he's doing some stuff. He still doesn't know that he's gonna help me build that RSX Type S. Though I
Hey,
told him
man.
he asked me. I asked him. I said, he said, "You're gonna get one? Use us to do it." I'm gonna probably pull it out of the junkyard. I was like, to where if it's salvageable, I was like, I'm gonna get it.
Yo, fuck it, bro.
I was
I'm
like, shit.
about it. I'm
I
about
told him,
it. So,
I was like, that will be the turkey build, man. It'll be lime green with the turkey logo
yo, I'm
on that
about it.
shit.
Do y'all think? I'm
Definitely.
about it. So, but all right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you guys in the chat, and or if you guys are on Pew Portal, I
Oh,
guess I'll talk to you guys on there. It's
talk to
super
you on
easy to
people, everybody, and
get a
also
hold of.
DLD After Dark is on. We gotta go over there so
There you
everybody
go.
move
There you go.
themselves.
Hey, yeah, man. Show our boy DLD some love,
Yeah,
man.
I'm about to go over there and
DLD
fuck with
After
him
Dark.
and Red Dawn, I think, because I never go literally on this show, but I may have to appear tonight. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
I may
Yo,
have to
man.
go make an
Show that
appearance.
man some love. That dude's he's a
Yeah,
goon. He's a
man.
goon.
Yeah,
But
man. He is
all
out,
right,
man.
guys.
Y'all stay safe. Love y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
Take it easy.